Welcome back again. Hump Day, normal world time. My name is Black Garrett, and with me, remotely, is the great Dave Landau.
Ow. Hello, good sir. How are you? Hello.
I'm doing fine. Whoop, whoop. If people wanted to see you in real life, let's do this in order. Where do they go to find out where?
This weekend, you can see me at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville. I will also be May 16th at Younger's Irish Tavern in Romeo, Michigan, and other dates at davelandau.com. Also, please check out my book, A Party of One, a Fuzzy Memoir, now available on Amazon, and I'm told other places.
Ooh, go get it. What are you doing? Get the book.
Where can we find you?
Oh, my channel, Black Garrett on YouTube. I stream every Sunday. And I also have Nega Garrett where you can watch videos. I upload those every once in a while. And as promised, returning from yesterday, Gerard. Let's go.
Thank you. As I would like to be known as 12-quarter Landau, I am, of course, back. Now, David gave us a good tongue thrashing about how we don't do anything in the last episode, and I wanted to bring the 90s and the 80s back.
Let's go.
Like I said, and here I am, walking it like I talk it, and being allowed to, thank you. I'm allowed to use whatever bathroom I want now.
Yes, I like the synergy between the headband and the shirt. The colors are great.
Thank you.
The fact that you don't always dress like a professional wrestler is a disservice to mankind.
Missed. I should. I really should, dude. Yeah, it's like, what else are we doing? You know, you made me think in yesterday's episode, Dave. All the people dividing us, and you're true, and they're also sterilizing us. You look out in the parking lot, and every car is either white or black or gray. They all look exactly the same anymore. I challenge you, normal world people, the good people that have helped make my social media less flaccid. I will give back to you. Allow me to empower you to wear mint green headbands once again.
I have never seen you in a tasseled jacket or a rhinestone jacket, which is upsetting, and I feel what we should do is get him at least 6 and bill the company.
Yes. It's inside the box.
Why do my legs look like that? Who cut to that?
I don't know.
Why did my legs look like I look like Joe Swanson from Family Guy? What just happened there?
It was including the shot of your pants, which
Who's
are
doing
purple.
this? That's the
It looks like
great purple pants. I like them.
I look like Lyle Alzado at the end of things.
It's like my legs with your body on top.
This has to be a shadow thing. I have very large. I have legs that are comparable to my.
Yeah, they're regular size legs. They're over medium size legs.
Well, that shirt goes back, and you don't have a pillow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Women do prefer medium. Did we introduce Angela?
Speaking of the great Angela.
I like medium.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jesus, you do have like the head detective sitting in the chair.
Homie, don't play that. That's a great reference, Dave. Very good. Speaking of people that were big in 1992, Rosie O'Donnell says she talks with Lyle Menendez 2 to 3 times a week.
That's weird.
She says they mostly talk about her favorite topic. She says I'm sorry, this is cutting off the blood supply.
It's very tight.
She said they mostly talk about her favorite topics, which are dessert toppings, hors d'oeuvres, and how she is actually Oliver Platt.
I knew it.
Yep.
Just
Correct.
kidding. I have respect for Oliver Platt.
Exactly.
She says Lyle likes to talk about other things like his Sudoku, classic cars, and brutally murdering his parents. Big fan. Yeah. The relationship soured.
He's honest.
The relationship soured when Rosie revealed her child was trans, causing Lyle to find Christ and beg his late mother and father for forgiveness, saying, quote, "My dad played with my dick, but at least he didn't mutilate it."
Oh.
Welcome to normal world.
Yeah, welcome. Good for you, Lyle. Way to take a stand for the second time. The first time was shooting your dad's hand off, and one of you has a wig.
Well, the second time was on the stand,
Right.
too.
I think it was pretty remarkable that it wasn't the molestation, the alleged molestation that caused the murder. It was when Dad wouldn't let him get the second Lamborghini.
Well, I mean, I understand, actually.
Yeah, throwback to yesterday's episode. Let that be a lesson to you, Bill Belichick. Next time, tell Jordan she can't talk in an interview.
Listen, I agree. Listen, if anybody's going to let you play tennis all day and yell at you, while you're trying to play tennis at a school that costs $800,000 a year, I think you have the right to kill them.
Yeah. What is the deal with the women? What's the deal with airline food? What's the deal with women fawning over these guys? Especially the remake. Obviously, they're actors and they were made to look so chic and sexy and ripped up. But we see it even now with Luigi Mangione and all this stuff. Like, they completely ignore the unibrow and the bisexuality, but they love that murderous, cantankerous commie. Like, what is it with women? I'm going to assume, Angela, you're going to be the expert on this.
I'm a woman.
She's answered it before.
I think
you're a lady.
Yeah, I think it's like an underdog thing, maybe.
Okay.
You
It's
know,
not the
where-
danger?
I think it's a little bit of the danger,
Yeah.
but the women that are like.
Last time it was the danger. You're switching it up now.
But
who are
Luigi
you writing?
Who's in your ear?
Luigi Mangione and the Menendez brothers, like, people believe that they're innocent.
Okay.
And so I think that's the appeal of those. Now, before when I was talking about the danger, I was talking about more like a Richard Ramirez and Ted Bundy, people that we know are guilty of those crimes, and women are attracted to that anyway. With these guys, I think that it's more so that people view them as like an underdog against the,
Fight the system.
kind of stuff.
Shoot innocent people.
Huge plot hole in Breaking Bad then when he tells Skyler, I am the danger, and she gets turned off by it. I feel like Vince Gilligan could have
You gotta suspend disbelief.
It doesn't work for bald guys.
Oh, is that what it is?
That is what it is.
Oh, is it
Really?
caveat?
Yeah.
But if you found out your husband who was dying was making meth,
Yeah.
would you want to rat him out like she kind of did? I mean, she eventually went along with it, but I feel like her reaction.
Listen, I'm a
wasn't
Skyler
just as
apologist.
You're a Skyler
Yes.
apologist?
Yes, absolutely. Like, everybody hates her character in that, but think about it
Yeah,
like
she's
from a
good.
real perspective of like you've found all this stuff out about your husband. Are you just gonna go along with it? Like, okay, Quarter Black, you find out that your wife has murdered people and is making meth. Are you in on it? Like, you're good with that?
Depends on how much money we're making. I mean,
Solid.
Yeah.
that's why he's like, hey, here's a giant pile of cash. How you feel about that?
Pragmatic.
I do think, and this is probably a progressive view, but I do think that people that are super critical of Skyler in that show
They're Breaking Bad.
they're fucking.
They're going down
They
the
hate
hole with
women.
him.
They hate women?
Yeah.
That's your takeaway from that?
Sure.
Oh, wait, really?
No, I like women. I think that she just should have gone along with it. I'm not saying she didn't. And she did, by the way. She ran the car wash and she knew how to launder money pretty well. She figured it out really quickly, but she was also banging her boss. You're going to lose points on that.
So
cool.
what
Not
about
cool.
that?
Shouldn't have
So
done that.
What about that?
But there's a lot of
I'm
what
not a
about
fan of that.
I just think
You
that
You
find-
apologizing for that?
You find me with $5 million and I find out you're banging the boss. Who's really the dick in
Who's
this
the bad guy?
situation?
It's still him.
having been on set with many actresses, some of them even consensually,
If I found a body in the yard stuffed with money and she's like, I did it, I would go, all right.
You would be
Let's
more
figure out
attracted
how we
to
do
her.
this. Yeah.
See, I grew up in a Jersey world where you want more Carmela than you want Skyler. You know, she's like,
Yes.
she would be like, you're doing this? How could you do this? Is everything in an LLC? Are they going to be able to take it away from us when you're gone? That's that's more apropos. But
That's a team player. She's playing with the team. That's what marriage is a team. Better
Yeah,
for
but
worse. And
when-
worse is when you kill somebody, you got to cover it up.
Well, if I become the target, though, if you're out there making meth, you're the fucking Heisenberg, and people are going to want to kill me because of you, I'm not cool with that.
almost every girl that I
Well-
have been with would have been upset that I didn't include her in my murders. Why didn't you have me do this with
Yeah,
you?
we never
coulda-
do stuff
We could have been
together.
bonding.
Been a team.
Making memories.
I think there's a difference between the cartel and the Italian mafia. The Italian mafia wife has to be aloof and pretend she doesn't know any of the business, even though she secretly does. But the cartel, they will wipe out your family. So you do got to side with her a little bit there.
Yeah.
And the Italian mafia lets the women let themselves go a little bit, whereas the Colombians, they got to keep up appearances.
Well, I mean, eating a lot of pasta.
Yeah.
It's hard to
That's all, yeah.
make
Very
your
true. Very,
figure.
very carb centric.
A lot of, but that's why I like them.
Dude.
That's why I like them.
Very
Yeah,
true.
fresh noodles. I don't care what you look like as long as you can cook like that.
Jenny Sack could cook. You know Jenny Sack could cook.
Yeah, she could cook. Look at her.
Yeah,
She was a lot.
that's a hell.
I love that show. I'm actually rewatching it, and I love how there is not one likable character, and that's why the show works
You talking
so
about The
well.
Sopranos?
Yes.
Bro, we actually talked about
great.
this on an episode. Mickey's a huge fan of The Sopranos, and we had Kathrine Narducci on Slick and Thick. Check it out.
Cool.
She's awesome. And
Yeah, we had
her.
her on Anthony's once.
She's awesome, man.
Yeah, she's great.
And we had her take her feet off on air because she wants to be in a Quentin Tarantino movie. And we're like, I know one way we can make that happen. Take them Tootsies out.
Pop them out.
I don't think she's been cast yet. But anyway, we brought that up and we asked her, we were like, who is the protagonist in Sopranos? Like, who is the good guy? And we thought about it. And the closest we can come was like Bobby Bacala. And we're like, oh, the
therapist?
The hitman?
Yeah, I was thinking the therapist.
The therapist? You think she's the
She's
good
trying
guy?
to fix stuff.
Well, I mean, the best. I've never seen The Sopranos, so I feel like I can't really.
You should watch it. Wow, that's upsetting.
I know, I'm sorry.
But you know what? You will like it, and I'm watching Westworld, so you have to watch The Sopranos.
Okay.
You gotta watch. Don't go to season 2. I've heard.
I've told him.
I've heard
Season
like
2 of Westworld?
It falls off hard.
Just watch season 1.
horrible.
Just watch season
Horrible.
Yeah. No, I've never seen the first one.
What, are you liking it so far?
I'm loving it.
Isn't it so good? Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
The
but,
show,
yeah, I'm
I
telling you,
think-
give it a shot. I'm telling you, The Sopranos is one that even every woman I've recommended it to loves it.
Westworld to me is the second worst second season of all time, behind Altered Carbon. Never seen a show go from so incredibly good to so incredibly bad faster than Altered Carbon.
So bad.
It was to the point where it was like you had to guess, do the producers not want to do this anymore?
It's the same people. That's what baffles me. I'm like, how did you make the?
True
Netflix
Detective season 2 compared to True Detective season 1 has got to be in the running also.
Yeah.
True Detective season 2 is bad, but it's not as bad as everybody says it is, in my opinion, because Colin Farrell is still really good in it. Vince Vaughn is a solid gangster. The problem, I think, is Rachel McAdams. She's just not really believable. I don't know. There's just something off about her character that doesn't work for me in that whole thing.
Well,
Season 1 is so good.
You make a good point though. This goes back to the Skyler thing. For some reason, somewhere around the 2010s, all the way through to today, that Mary Sue trope just took over, and every woman had to be a girl boss in every scene always. And it's like Skyler's got to yell at Walt to like show that she's on equal. He's an international drug lord. You're not on equal footing here. Like, you know,
Well,
like.
I think the dynamic there, though, is she always had the power in the relationship because he was such a weak man. So, I mean, I think she played her character amazing. That's the thing about Skyler is you hate her because she's a great actress.
Yeah.
If she wasn't a good actress, it wouldn't matter. But she's so good in that role.
And because the writing
Jack
is so
Gleason
good.
effect?
Yeah.
It's like Giuffre from Game of Thrones.
Jack
Like
Gleason effect, yeah.
That guy has been seen outside of that show as like an evil person because he did such a good job playing a piece of shit evil person.
Yeah, that's the same thing. People probably think Bryan Cranston's really a meth dealer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Edie Falco was arguably, I think, the best housewife ever on television. She's fully aware of what her husband's doing. She's a gossip. She's a terrible person. Like everything about her is just awful, but then she's so watchable and like you still want to like watch her.
Root for her, yeah.
Yeah, and she was able to go into Nurse Jackie after that, and she was on Louis C.K.'s show. Like she has a lot of range, but in that specifically playing Carmela, she is like the perfect Italian stereotype mafia housewife.
Yeah, and the actress that played Christopher's fiance, phenomenal as well. What's her name?
Oh, she's brilliant.
I mean, that's as good of a Staten Island, North Jersey girl as you can be.
I wanna get her
outside
on
of
the
Marissa,
show.
she's great. She's very she's socially active now too. Why Drea de Matteo?
Drea de Matteo, yeah.
Yeah, she's great, man. Still looks incredible in like 50s too. Like
She looks the same
not
as she
that
did.
I'm reducing everything down to looks, Angela. Don't look at me in that tone of voice.
Or age.
She looks great, and she looks the same as she did in her 20s, and she was a great character on that show.
Oh, she was unbelievable. She was perfect.
She was actually one of the ones you kind of did root for, but she wasn't a good guy.
Yeah.
It's like the Penguin. The Penguin was that way. Did you watch the Penguin?
Yeah. Marvel's The Sopranos.
It was Sopranos.
Yes,
it was like
but it was
like
DC's
everybody.
The Sopranos.
Everybody was horrible, but it was so compelling, and it was when they copied Sopranos, but I don't care because it was really good. Like, it was the writing was great, the characters were great. They were horrible people.
I consider that a better sequel to The Sopranos than The Many Saints of Newark.
Yeah, absolutely.
What an absolute disappointment. You know, the only thing that was worse than that was the Breaking Bad movie.
El Camino.
El Camino.
Yes, El Camino.
I don't
It
think
was
that
so unnecessary.
Yeah, it was like a It was like a
You're like,
sad epilogue that went nowhere. It answered no questions.
Yeah. Oh, he gets out of the hole. The movie.
Well, you don't like Good Will Hunting because of the name, so the Many Saints of Newark about the Multisantis probably really fit you pretty good right there, huh?
It didn't make me happy. Do you know why I love The Sopranos? The name sounds like it could be a comedy, which in many ways it is. It is the actual name. It is a real Italian word. Like the way that the title worked, it almost tricked you. Because I think it was finding its footing, especially in the first season where they had to deal with the mother and, that all happens. Like the way that it's titled perfectly that it can draw you in. I hate when something's like, this is exactly what happens. Yeah. And that's what Good Will Hunting is.
Is it your favorite show of all time?
Probably. I think it reinvented what drama could be on television. And I guess I like it a little more than Breaking Bad, only because I don't think Breaking Bad would exist without it.
Yeah, and it had a leg up on being on HBO, being able to go rated R and everything. Yeah. Breaking Bad was great, though. I mean, I think, everybody always talks about The Wire and everything like that, but,
It's a good show.
It's a great show. The great show. But
Wire was after Sopranos.
I think they overlapped.
Yeah, almost.
They overlapped.
Was it like Oz, then Sopranos, and
yes.
There was a 15-year period of time where anything on HBO was going to be just Pixar and HBO just dominated forever, and not
like HBO still has it every once in a while. Like Penguin was on HBO Max.
Yep.
I think they're still putting out good stuff
really well
because they're not oversaturating their platform with just shit
garbage.
Like Hulu and stuff is.
Another platform,
Netflix and
Apple. That Apple does not do any advertising. You don't ever hear about the shows, but if you watch one, they're freaking really good. The Gorge, I watched The Gorge as a movie. Matthew Teller and the girl with the big eyes. What's her name? Eyes are super far apart.
Oh, the Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
That movie was awesome. It was a good, me and my wife watched it as a date night, and it was like you had action, there was a little romance, and it was a fun little flick. And I never heard about it until we watched it. And it's like, what?
There's
good shows on there too.
Seth Rogen doing
The Studio?
The Studio. It's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's all behind the scenes, inside baseball of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're still doing good stuff, but it's just very quietly.
Severance almost lost me in season 2. It was going so slow, but then that finale was truly very good and worth it.
Yes.
I'll see season 3 in 6 years.
Oh, right? I mean, geez.
What's up with that? Fucking TV shows now taking 3 years.
Yeah, and also, why are we going back to one a week again? My brain can't handle it.
It's not doing one a week. They're doing 3 episodes and then waiting a week, and then they'll do 3 more episodes. What's the show? Andor, whatever that show.
Well, Mobland is
Mobland's doing that too, where they'll drop 3 episodes and then they'll go weekly for 3 more episodes, and then they'll say, well, that was first part of the season, and then you wait 2 months, and then they'll do it again. Yeah. I think they're trying to trick people into binge watching, but then also watching it episodically so we can get some buzz.
They're not making enough content. They're not investing in enough content, so they have to have their tentpoles dragged out.
It is the worst way to interact with this stuff.
Couldn't agree with more.
Well, even when HBO was making The Sopranos, I remember it was years in between a couple of the seasons. I mean, in 99, when he first got it, he was 38 years old, which is crazy to think about it if you look at Gandolfini. Yeah, he was 38 in the first episode, which means he got it at 37. So by the end, he passed, I think, in his 50s. But it was several years between a couple of the seasons, or at least a year and a half, some unexpected amount. But then they started doing that with a lot of the shows, because I think when you're financing that many things at that time, there's just they had Game of Thrones, I think, at the same time. They had The Wire.
Well, they had Rome, the forgotten classic.
Rome.
Rome. Yeah. And the actor who plays Mark Anthony, I forget his name, very good actor, but he's very bitter about it. He's like, they just basically stole our whole cast, our whole budget, our whole effing show.
Oh yeah,
for Game of Thrones. They shut down Rome, which is, I think, one of the best 2 seasons ever, especially as a Roman Empire stan like I am. But it was just great television. Ray Stevenson's incredible.
Yeah, Ray Stevenson.
And everything did become Game of Thrones. They just were like, pivot.
Until they got bored with it.
Yeah,
like,
and
just
then
leave your. We don't give a fuck this season.
Yeah, you know, all the stories don't make any sense. Let's
That
wrap it
has
up.
to be also the only time ever where somebody was given an unlimited budget, an unlimited time to finish the story the way they wanted, and they were like, "No, we're just going to end it now." They're like, "You sure it's not going to be too fast?" No, we're just going to end it.
We're bored.
Yeah,
That show pissed me off so much. God.
Well, since we're putting a bow on this anyway, that show was universally regarded as the greatest show of all time. Mm-hmm. And then the last season and a half were so bad. Nobody even talks about the show anymore. It has a spinoff right now that still nobody talks about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, if that show ended after season 5, it would be all anybody talked about. There would be Kickstarters every day.
Yeah.
You know, most of the crew is still alive. Most of the cast is still like. I would love to see them do what Rocky did with Sylvester Stallone, where he just acted like Rocky 5 never happened. Yeah. That has to be one of the greatest things ever in movie history, where he's just like, nope, Rocky 5 never happened. Rambo 3 never happened. We're just picking it up from here.
I got what you do. You make the kid that was in the wheelchair go, "Oh man, that was a bad dream," and then just redo season 8.
Oh,
Kill him
back.
immediately. Yeah.
And we're back.
And then we're back. And we're at the top.
Scott Bakula has Down syndrome in the mirror.
It was a dream all along. Dallas.
Yeah. Who knew? That's the worst ending ever and was way overused.
God.
What's that?
The dream sequence where everything was a dream. It was basically the Bob Newhart joke ending that people used in serious stuff. Even the episodes of The Sopranos where they had the dream, I'm not happy about those, but I'm willing to let it slide. And I'm going to let Angela know in advance before watching it. That. You can go through some of those. There is some side stuff that's good, but the dream is way overused.
Okay.
So you just skip. It's like filler episodes.
Yeah.
In a TV show.
Hard to know which ones they're going to be.
So I think the coma episodes are telling a very serious story of what could have been.
That's what it is.
Side story.
The only thing good about those is how badly they're trying to scam Tony's wife and keep all the money. Because they're all garbage.
We gotta pay the Vig? I don't know. Let's see how the boss does first.
Yeah, he's like, they said he might not wake up. Dude, Paulie Walnuts is the greatest character in the history of TV.
Oh, yeah, Frank Vincent's character, too. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. Spoiler alert for a 30-year-old show.
Artie Lang, I used to say in the movie, what was it, Jungle Fever? When he finds out that his daughter's dating a black guy and he just flips out and starts punching her. We're like, he didn't even know that was a movie. That was just his reaction.
It's just real life reaction.
Yeah, it's a finding.
I don't want any of that California bullshit.
Dude, I love him. He's so good in that show.
Oh, he's unbelievable. He's unreal.
Yeah.
Gandolfini's son is in the Daredevil show.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was forced to watch it because we talk about it on Friday Night Tights. Check it out. Yeah, it was that show's god awful. Don't watch it.
I've heard what they did with the Punisher is criminal in that show.
He's an idiot, like every other character in that show. But yeah, like he plays like the underling to Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, and he's kind of just like a suck up the entire time. And I don't know why, like he's got like a little bit of the mannerisms. He does like a little bit of the same kind of lispy thing that he does. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's like. It's one of those nepotism things.
He should have tried that when playing his dad in the Many Saints of Newark, he was in it.
Yeah, he was Tony Soprano.
It was like the younger version of. Oh, okay. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky. It's
I missed it.
It's really upsetting how bad that was.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what's not upsetting.
What's that?
Blue Chew.
Woo!
That's right. When your penis feels like it's soft serve on a July 4th merry-go-round, you can rely on Blue Chew. What do you like about Blue Chew? Tell me, Garrett.
I need it for sure. It makes my dick hard when it's not. That's why
right.
I go and I use the promo code NORMAL at checkout at bluechew.com.
Perhaps you'd like to have better sex. And if you would, Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. You can just say it's gum while the little lady waits. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it'll knock your socks off. And your lady's socks off, if you get what I'm saying. Or the neighbor's socks off. whose ever socks off that you're having socks with.
Consensually.
Yeah.
Consensual socks. Blue Chew Max has arrived, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable tablet.
Whoa.
That means both of those boner pills squeezed into one that is consensual.
Consensually.
That's right. Guys, Blue Chew, be ready. Be ready when she needs it.
That's right.
And she usually needs it. And get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is just a few clicks away. Made and prepared in the USA, so you're not getting stuff smuggled here or on an 85% tariff. In fact, you're going to get a really great deal of this American-made boner transformation pill. It is, Angela, tell us.
Well, so you're going to try your first month of Blue Chew free. That's your first month of
Free
Blue
boners?
Chew free. A month full of free boners.
Wow. I get those
if you
all the
go
time.
to bluechew.com and use promo code normal, you're just going to pay $5 for shipping, but you are going to get a month of
There you go.
the tablets there. So please check that out. And
That is how
I can
that
vouch.
is how sure. Yeah, that's how sure they are that you're going to go, you know what? I'm going to need more of these. I'm all out. Speaking of Blue Chew, I bet people weren't taking them and probably some evil boner pills instead. Okay, let's get away from that and maybe go into a different story. Then we'll ease.
Well, we
go back.
Well, we
go
did
to
tease it
cereal.
last episode, so we should talk about it.
Yeah. It's,
What is
it's
it?
pretty
We
important.
did tease it. We did tease it last episode, and then I didn't know we weren't doing it.
That's right.
What is
yeah.
it?
The suicide.
Oh, we should talk about this now that our sponsor's done. A woman in Australia. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Gerard? What's your take?
Oh, I'm doing the Epstein Island one.
Yeah. Virginia
Yes. Where
we
Giuffre.
going, yeah.
She was in Australia.
Well, she was hit by a bus in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
She fled the country and then somehow still came.
I feel like probably somebody else that knows what's going on should lead us in.
I'll talk about it. All right. I'm finding it. We call it Unalived Virginia. It's not a town. It's a person.
Oh, I got it. Now I got it. Do you want me to lead it in, or do you want to do it?
No, I got it.
Go for it.
Virginia Giraffe, Jeffrey Epstein, and Prince Andrew Accuser. I have to be saying that wrong, obviously.
It does look like giraffe.
It looks like giraffe, so I said giraffe to make this more playful because it's gonna be hard.
Oh.
Harder than if you take a Blue Chew. Virginia Giuffre, Jeffrey Epstein is the accuser of Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew doesn't sweat. He's a weirdo. She's dead at 41 by suicide. She once said, "In no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I've always wondered if a suicidal person has ever said this," and proceeded to kill themselves, if you want my opinion. That's what makes this all really confusing. Now, she was hit by a bus going 100-something miles an hour. It's pretty crazy in Australia, which I guess can happen. But then she went into the hospital. They told her that she was going to die. She slowly was, and then did end up unaliving herself, as they say. Unfortunately,
Very
now
suspicious.
it's very suspicious, and a lot of people say, look, it may make sense, but she had already said the names. She'd already said Prince Andrew. She already said, like, the cat was out of the bag, I guess, involving what she put out there.
So the 2019 tweet said, "I am making it publicly known that in no way, shape, or form am I suicidal. I have made this known to my therapist and GP. If something happens to me, in the sake of my family, do not let this go away and help me to protect them. Too many evil people want to see me quieted. Sorry. But yeah, so
Yeah.
a little suspicious.
And then a couple years later,
Yeah.
all this other stuff
A
comes
lot
out.
can change in 6
She gets
years,
hit.
And even
But it's just
even
wait-
last week, she actually said, "I would just like to take this time to say that I am in no way, shape, or form suicidal." And you can see Dave at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville, Florida, this weekend.
Wow. A fan of the show, fan
Yeah.
of Dave. That's tragic to see.
Yeah,
I want to thank Matt for sneaking that in.
Put the blame on Matt.
You put it on Matt.
The autistic guy, really?
What's funny is
Man.
it's him. Yeah, I think I don't know. It's one of those things where she really was in a lot of pain, so
Yeah.
I can imagine doing that to yourself. But I also feel the way that she got into that pain is very suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think? You seem like you're a little
Listen, man, I'm losing so much faith. Not a single person has been arrested.
Where's the list?
Single one.
Where's that list?
You know, like I'm so deep into conspiracies now, where like I'm so far beyond Epstein didn't kill himself that I'm sitting in Epstein's not even dead land. You know, as far as I know, Epstein could have been driving the bus like, ha ha ha, snitches get stitches, bitch. Like, I have no idea. You know, this whole thing it reeks to the high heavens. Not a single person has been arrested outside of Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein himself.
Yeah.
You know, and it also goes to everything else. We hear about Doge, we hear about the corruption, we hear about hundreds of billions of dollars in fraud and misuse, and still not a single arrest. Not a single name on the list. It's all very, very frustrating.
That's what I was saying about Doge.
David,
it's like there's somebody. Sorry, there's somebody that's should be held accountable. There's somebody on the ledger that has rule over this area. Why did they sign off on it? I'm sure that they're not the real person that is the cause of it.
Sure.
But somebody's got to be fucking held responsible. Who's that name?
Well, and how many supposed suicides that are related to one incident that have happened makes this many questions? So obviously something's really foul.
Yeah.
So something has to come out. And I mean, the only things that we've really heard about is, okay, Kevin Spacey rented a plane. They want to put Donald Trump there. Stephen Hawking, which is hilarious. And then the last one was David Copperfield.
What about Bill Clinton, right? Like Bill Clinton.
And Clinton was one as well.
Isn't there something where Bill Clinton,
Chris Tucker, yeah.
Bill Clinton took
He was taking the plane.
but like 23 times or something insane.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, do you know Jeffrey Epstein? He's like, never heard of him. They were like, the guy you took a private jet with 20
Yeah, they were
times?
saying that it was like a jet share thing where like billionaires will share jets or some bullshit.
I've been on
it's
private
true,
jets. The first flight I ever took was on a private jet when we were going to do a change my mind or something. So like, and I didn't really know the guy that owned it. It was just like through a thing. So I could see that, but he's Bill Clinton. Like, I think maybe he might know.
He was probably
who the
like,
owner is.
he was probably like, oh, you mean Jeffy?
Yeah, he's my boy.
My good friend Jeffy? Sure, I know his plane well. We use it to go to a sex island.
Jeffrey.
Play the saxophone over the little kids.
Yeah, I mean,
Give them entertainment.
no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. There's Jeffy.
This guy?
Jeffy Hedwoonstein.
Is there some unwritten rule that like nobody actually really cares about pedophilia or something like that? Like
That's what it fucking seems like.
half of the great music from before 1999 was all about underage girls, and I just found out recently that Sweet Caroline, the Sweet Caroline, the song that is played at the 7th inning of every Boston Red Sox game, that's about Caroline Kennedy, who was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Written by a 30-year-old Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
Listen, there's no reason to not excuse
touching you.
Neil Diamond, Benny Mardonia, Steven Tyler, Mick Jagger, Jerry Lee Lewis, Elvis Presley. Look, there's
Sam
just a few people that may have dabbled.
The Beatles.
In,
Beatles.
Everyone. David Bowie. Look, it's not. We don't have to get into splitting hairs here, if there even were hairs to split.
Jesus Christ!
That was good.
Just
I think
very weird.
It is. Every song is about, like, Great Balls of Fire is about his loins. And he married his 13-year-old cousin.
Oh my God!
Like Dennis Quaid even said when he was playing the character in the movie that he was a drug addict, but after having to get into that character, he was really, really a drug addict, and then he went to rehab. So even having to pretend to be Jerry Lee Lewis, he was like, this is too far. And I don't know. I don't think Jerry Lewis was, but he probably got a little heat off the name.
It's weird that selective takedown of people that do that. There's like Gary Glitter.
Yes.
You've heard the song 100 million times at baseball games and football games or whatever. But then he gets taken down because obviously, for sure, he was a pedophile. And he had CP all over his computers and all these things. But then all these other people.
Colored people?
Like, why? It's just weird that it's selective the way.
Roman Polanski got a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well, look at the list of all the people that were like supportive of him in the in the 2000s. If you look at that list, it's like every major director you've seen, fucking like Selma Hayek, so many, Natalie Portman, like big actors and actresses that you would never expect.
It's the same
So
thing.
wasn't he at Jack Nicholson's house?
Yeah, it was at Jack Nicholson's hot tub.
Why
raped
was there
her
a
in a hot tub.
13-year-old in Jack Nicholson's house?
Jack Nicholson wasn't at home at the time.
Was that right?
Yeah, he would
No.
use Roman Polanski would use it as like a party house. It was when Jack Nicholson was dating Angelica Houston, I believe.
Oh,
And they
okay.
were out of town.
Yeah, he was not there. And then, but there was also, I'm sorry, who was the 15-year-old that got into porn? Tracy Lords or?
I don't know.
Why are you
But
looking at me,
she was
Dave?
Well, I think you know. No, there was a woman who
Yes,
was a huge
Tracy
porn
Lords.
star, and it's Tracy Lords,
Yeah.
and she got in there at 15, and they made a ton of movies with her. I think a lot of
the
people looked a little older than they were, and I don't think people were checking IDs. Now, I'm not excusing that. I think what Roman Polanski did was vile. The girl who's the victim says that it's fine and that she wanted to, but at the same
doesn't matter.
time.
She was
No, it
13, and she was had
right,
on
he's an
Quaaludes.
adult.
Brooke Shields
Yeah,
was
yeah,
naked
I'm
in
not-
Playboy at like 11 years old.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah,
Who
like I'm
thought
not.
that was a good idea?
That's my thing with the whole hashtag Me Too is like hashtag Me Too went all the way up to children. All of a sudden, it like all these things about Weinstein and all these other people and everything.
Hugh
and then
Hefner
it
was venerated
stopped.
as like a cultural icon. He put an
he's a
11-year-old
pedo.
naked in his magazine.
Well, dude,
And
not
the
only
tunnels.
was
You know
that-
about the tunnels?
I don't know about the tunnels.
There's tunnels between under his
Williamsburg and
mansion.
Bush.
His mansion to other houses.
Is that
Dude,
right?
he would
Yes.
he would make women blow dogs. Like his whole thing was honestly degrading.
Wait. Is that true?
I'm dead serious. Yes. I forget the porn star that came out about her to the
It was,
Playboy model.
It's interesting that he died and then Epstein became a thing. I wonder if he was a honeypot.
I love that he
I
sold
bet he
his
was, yeah.
his house and was like, but I get to die upstairs.
Yeah.
So you just
Sandra
have to live in
Theodore.
the house.
Sandra Theodore is Hugh Hefner's ex that claims that bestiality was occurring.
Really?
And he would get it on video and stuff.
But
yeah,
he was
he would use
always
Quaaludes a lot to get women
Yes.
to do stuff.
So he was drugging women. So he was doing. So he was R. Kelly basically, and he was venerated.
He was
for it.
giving it to them, so they were.
Am I using venerated correctly?
Yeah. Yeah.
This thing is very tight on my head.
He was
Yeah,
giving them
uplifted, like,
Quaaludes,
yeah.
but it was just like, take this or you're not a part of the party, basically. So they were taking it of their own volition.
When did this all change? I feel like
Well,
When he got too old.
is this the
But if
main?
you
No,
think
when
about-
everybody was like, "Hey," collectively, everybody came together
okay
and
with
like,
it.
"We're not gonna diddle kids anymore, right? And we're gonna stop singing about it." Pretty
But all
young
the
thing.
songs, they're all hits. What do we do?
It
Keep playing.
But there was always that young thing that didn't make sense. Like he invented voyeurism. Not invented it, but he was the first person to monetize voyeurism, where he's like, you can watch it from here, from this page, or at least one of the first. There was obviously porn before him and stuff, but it's just he was really the first one to become a mogul of it. But at the time, if you look at movies like Animal House, one of the last words in it is "I'm 13." Even in Porky's, they're in high school.
Oh, wow.
All
That's
the
so
sex
true.
movies. Yeah, when you break
Yes.
this all down, going after the young girls. If you look at Joan Jett and the Runaways, these are 13 to 15-year-old girls.
Yeah.
Old school,
who were
Mitch bangs a high school chick. You're right. So that was
Yeah.
happening. Even old school came out when 2010.
Yes.
Fast Times. It's all about young children, basic, in like high school age, but they're like freshmen in high school, and they're naked and having sex and all this stuff. It just feels weird now going back and watching it, and I'm like,
There's there's
I don't
a
feel good about
senior freshman thing that went on in that, but that was very much real life. In that, and she gets driven to an abortion. So I think there was always this like go after the young tail mentality that
I get older, they stay the same age. All
Dude,
right, all
100%.
right.
I mean, that was just what it seemed to be in the 70s and 80s. I didn't see as much of it in the 90s, but movies, like you said, into old school were still kind of playing that game. So I think, I remember, this is 2012. I was talking to a producer in Hollywood, and he was telling me how old and haggard Eva Menendez had gotten. Eva Menendez. And I was
Eva
sitting there
Mendes?
looking. Eva Mendes,
Yeah.
sorry, not Menendez.
From
Eva
Hitch?
Menendez.
From a Hitch?
Dude, yes,
Yeah.
the
Gorgeous.
dude, and I'm looking at him like, are you seriously saying this right now? This is 2012. What was she, 30? But I very much remember that conversation of like, it made me realize how disgustingly shallow Hollywood was. Not that a ton of things hadn't, but I was listening to a pretty known producer talk about that, and I'm like, are we talking about the same woman here? Like from the other, like who I don't even think had done the other guys yet.
Wow.
Like just this smoke show, but she wasn't good enough by Hollywood standards, so they kept aging down. And I think, I mean, look at Caddyshack. There's stuff in that. There's stuff in every movie that I think goes a little bit too far. There's rape in Revenge of the Nerds. I mean, it was just sort of acceptable.
When do you think it changed? When do you think this pivoted?
Never. I think it actually became people's hobbies.
Really? But I mean,
think
socially unacceptable. Maybe you're right. They went underground with a lot of this stuff, but socially, I don't think it's acceptable for somebody to sleep with children and then sing Pretty Young Thing the way Michael Jackson did, right? Like, I don't think that's...
Look at Bill Belichick. I mean, it might be his falling, and I'm not saying that she's that young, but there is a massive difference, especially in this day and age, between a 24-year-old and a 74-year-old or whatever it is. There's just a huge difference. I mean, at one point,
some would say 50s, it's 50 years.
Some would say it's half a century, but a few people would. If you look at the 1950s, a 24-year-old might be wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase. That's just not the case anymore. You're just mentally still in high school.
Good point.
So are you saying
like
that we should...
what's it? Suspended?
Disbelief?
No, not suspended animation, but it's something...
Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Oh, we all have Arrested Development. Look at what we're wearing. You think our dads wore this at 42?
My dad wasn't fucking rad.
Yeah, my dad was wearing a Bally shirt.
Was that because he took lean?
It was because
if you're trying to get a job in Hollywood and you have a little few extra pounds, you might need to cut it with today's sponsor, Lean.
What is that?
Yeah.
Lean.
Is that going to make me young and beautiful?
It's a supplement to help you lose weight.
It's weight loss. That's not injections. It works like Ozempic, but no injections. But
it's not Ozempic.
Okay, now, in fairness, I took it and it works, but only on my legs, as you saw earlier in today's episode. So I don't know how I took it wrong because my upper body has not caught up.
You're not supposed to take it up the butt.
Oh, not a suppository. Is that on the butt?
I mean,
Dave, you lied to me.
That people are going to do
I gave him a funnel.
But from Brick House, I've used their other supplements that we have. We're not talking about today, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. It's just like a dietary extra, vitamins and whatnot that you'd get from all the extra greens. It's actually pretty good. I like it. And I have not tried this one yet, but I am going to start trying it.
My husband has been taking it. Yes, he's been really liking it. And it's been shown to lower blood sugar, radically reduce appetite, and turn fat into energy. Yeah. So don't take it before bed or anything. Take it at the start of the day. I found
that out with the other stuff. Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm just going to, right before bed, I'm going to chug just like a glass of water with all this in it. And I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I was like, I'm awake. Because it will give you some energy. So there it is. TakeLean.com.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Normal20.
Yeah.
So Lean gives you energy now.
Take Lean.
Yeah, this is a very different Lean. Just so everybody knows, weight loss Lean.
Yes,
like eat Lean. Scan the code, 20% off.
The opposite of old Lean.
That's right.
It's not your dad's Lean.
Is it purple?
No.
That'd be hilarious.
No, it's blue for a very specific reason, I'm sure. But it's a good product. Get out there, buy it.
I'm gonna try that.
It.
You should.
It won't rot your bones away like Ozempic.
Or your ass. Do you see that? Your ass gets rotted away. It's sad.
What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
When you got no ass.
Yep.
You're not even welcome in some communities.
I hear that.
Well, Gerard, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Man.
Yeah, you guys are the best. Appreciate you having me, and I hope you guys check me out at Gerard vs. Evil. Come see me May 8th in Kansas City, and then Dave and I have a few shows coming up.
Get Dave's book.
Oh gosh,
Amazon. Go get it, or find another location you can get it. Like go to his website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
DaveLandau.com.
Just want to give a shout out to the network.
That's right. This one.
Blaze. Yeah, Blaze has a new show coming out that you guys can check out. And what is her name? Damn.
Nicole Shanahan.
She's new. So Nicole.
Gerard remembered.
Oh, Gerard remembers Nicole Shanahan.
I've not met Nicole yet, so hopefully she's cool.
Yeah, she seems really cool. So check out her new show. And then if you want to subscribe to Blaze TV, you can do that for just $8 a month currently using code NORMALWORLD.
Yes.
And you're going to save $20 right now off of our annual plan. So blazetv.com/normalworld. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah.
Do we have an end of the world?
Yeah, you bet, buddy.
Of course. I just didn't know because, again, I'm very bad at reading.
Well, and
It's
also,
the headband.
yeah.
Oh.
Very tight.
Now we should go to the end of the world. Also, are we off tomorrow?
Yes, that is important
So
to
we
say.
should tell the crowd that we are going to go film a little special thing for you. And since we only have a certain budget, I shouldn't blame the network. We just have to go do something.
Mysterious.
Do you want to? I can't find the end of the world. Is it in here?
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's at the end.
I'm gonna find it at the end.
Do you
All
want to?
right.
Do you want to just rip that end of the world again? So, there it is.
I will do it. All right. As Elon Musk steps away from Doge, what do you think his focus will go to next?
Gerard, do you want to take this first one, or do you want me to get it? I got it.
Yeah, I think he should go to the autism store and buy even more.
Ooh, stock up. Stock up. I think having his 15th kid. If he hasn't already.
Say fine-tuning his hair and penis implants. Yeah.
Hey,
Have you heard about his dick implant?
no.
Oh, it's mangled, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, wait, we did talk about this.
It's botched.
Wait.
I thought it was. I thought
How
it was
could you
all right.
get? He's got so much money.
Well, compared to...
Wait. What'd you say?
What?
What?
Nothing.
Did Ashley St. Clair do that, or
By hand. Yeah.
Grimes.
was Grimes that did that?
Yeah. They're grimy mitts.
She's a grimy old one.
But yeah, no.
Still haven't produced a kid on that one. The St. Clair one.
What are you talking
Does she
about?
actually have a kid? I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, she went full baby mama drama on Valentine's Day.
I've not seen a photo of this kid or any evidence.
She
that the
hasn't
kid
produced the kid.
Yeah. Like, where is the kid? Does this kid exist? Just a lot of smoke. Not seeing the fire. Sorry, Dave. What you?
I'm gonna say become a firefighter.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got to put out the Teslas.
Somebody
He's
has
the kind of guy to do it himself.
Somebody
I
has to.
have seen several protests at this point. So
Yeah.
they clock in and clock out. It's weird, almost like, it's not how they really feel. But I feel that, firefighter would be good. Or maybe just play some Mario Kart and call it a life.
He should.
You've done enough.
He should hire Kelsey
nap.
Furberger to protest his protests. Is
Yeah.
what he should.
Burger.
If I had,
She's a
if
good
I
one.
had 1/600th of his money, I wouldn't talk to any of you.
Oh yeah, I would be gone. You'd never see me ever again. So Elon, if you're out there, let us both know.
If you had 1/600th of his money, I would have 1/600th of his money.
Because you would kill me.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's what it was an implied
Whatever you
violence
got.
Mob.
against us. Okay.
Implied violence.
Yes.
Follow me
All right.
See you next
for
Tuesday.
more.